in the world is Miss Sigmund? Is she in the middle of a snowstorm? Is she in Antarctica? Where is she? She is in White Sands National Park near Alamogordo, New Mexico, near White Sands Missile Range. Fun fact, if you guys know who Lady Gaga is, which I'm sure you do, her newest album, there's a video that she actually filmed here in White Sands. Another fun fact, there's this really hoity-toity, ritzy store that Miss Sigmund can never shop at because it's way too expensive, called Bloomingdale's. Bloomingdale's had a photo shoot in August for their models to shoot their winter catalog. In August, White Sands is just shy of 100 degrees, and the poor models all had to wear parkas and fuzzy boots, and who else knows what the latest fashion is for winter. But I guess they were burning up.
So how do we get to Alamogordo? We start off here in Albuquerque. We head south down I-25, head east on 380 right at the San Antonio exit. San Antonio is a really small town, but it's also well known because the founder of Hilton Hotels, Conrad Hilton, was actually born in San Antonio. The original Al Cafe was also created in San Antonio, as is a great green chili burger from the restaurant called Buckhorn is also in San Antonio. So we headed east on 380 to Carrizozo, and then south on 54 through Tularosa down to Alamogordo. White Sands is southwest from Alamogordo on 70.
So White Sands began 250 million years ago when Earth's continents were still joined in the megacontinent Gaia. At this time, much of the southwest was covered by the shallow Permian Sea, including parts of present-day Arizona and New Mexico. Over millions of years, sea levels rose and fell many times. In times of evaporation, concentrations of calcium and sulfate in the water increased enough to combine and form the mineral gypsum. Thick layers of gypsum are deposited in sedimentary rocks at the bottom of the sea. Beginning about 70 million years ago, pressure from colliding tectonic plates pushed up land from Colorado to Mexico. These forces eventually formed the Rocky Mountain Range. 2 to 3 million years ago, the ancient Rio Grande flowed along the southern edge of the Tularosa Basin. Sand deposits from the river blocked off the southern edge of the basin, preventing snowmelt and rainfall from flowing out of it. Then, during the last ice age, 24,000 years ago, the climate in the region was considerably colder and wetter. A large cap of glacial ice was perched atop present-day Sierra Blanca. As the Earth warmed approximately 11,000 years ago, ice melted and rain flowed down the mountains into Lake Otero. Water flowing down the mountainside dissolved gypsum in the surrounding rocks and carried it to the bottom of the basin. Gradually, the climate became more arid and Lake Otero receded, leaving behind large deposits of gypsum on the floor of the Tularosa Basin. The gypsum dunefield began to form shortly after Lake Otero dried up. Another fun fact, White Sands is one of the few places that you can see from outer space. Did you know in your lifetime you will eat an average of 28 pounds of gypsum? It can be found in ingredients such as drywall, plaster of Paris, all sorts of foods, household products, and medicines. This is what I look like when I get out of bed. White Sands National Park is 19 miles wide, and it is a great area for sliding down dunes on a sled, which we will show you here shortly. So lots happening here in White Sands.
Stay tuned next week for part 2 of White Sands National Park, where we conduct an experiment on which sled goes down the sand dunes the fastest.